Just a quick word on the budget. Austerity and the backlash against austerity, you think that needs to get more of an airing today?
It has to. We've had 8 years of austerity and it's really beginning to hurt. Living standards are falling, of course. We know inflation's at 3%. Real wages are under pressure. We've had the worst decade for wage growth for 210 years. This is the opportunity for the Chancellor to change course. It's not working. We've had this focus on monetary policy with 435 billion of new money created through quantitative easing. There has to be more of a balance between monetary and fiscal policy. The Chancellor's got to take his responsibilities to make sure we can deliver sustainable economic growth. We have to give hope to people, particularly given the uncertainties that we are going to face with Brexit.
Yeah, we'll see if he finds any money for that then, given the uncertainties of Brexit, uncertainties for the economy, I guess, heading forwards, and his own fiscal rules. But on the Brexit subject, Ian, you've talked about how you don't see much difference between the Labour Party policy and the Tories. You think the Labour Party is just supporting the Tories, as my colleague Francine was just referencing. The Labour Party tells a different story. They say that there is a difference and it's to do with the softness of the Brexit. What chance, in your mind, that we don't see Brexit happening?
But I'm not quite sure what Labour's position is, because it seems to change almost on a daily basis. But I would say is if you're going to come off the cliff edge, you'll still be doing it. The only question is that Labour want to do it slightly later with the transition deal. We don't want to come off the cliff edge. I think it has to be clear that coming out the single market and the customs union is going to cost jobs. It's going to cost jobs in the city, it's going to cost jobs elsewhere. Fraser of Allender in Scotland have estimated that it will cost 70,000 jobs alone in Scotland. We can't take that risk. Nobody voted for Brexit to become poorer. Now, I suspect that we will be coming out of the EU in March 2019, but the transition deal is going to present an opportunity. The EU is going to insist that we remain in the single market and the customs union for that period. I think what we need to say is that in the likelihood that we're not going to get a deal that's going to keep us in the customs union and in the single market, that we cannot run the risk of coming away from that. And if it means through the transition deal we've got the opportunity to stay connected to Europe, that's what we should do. It's about protecting jobs and prosperity for people.
So can you see a political situation where we end up having a transition deal that just lives on and the transition deal becomes the future?
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about 2 years at the moment. 2 years is not long enough to negotiate an alternative. I just don't see that happening. If there's an opportunity through the transition to make this more permanent, that we can remain in the single market and the customs union, I'll be very happy. I think the people in the country will be. It will protect their economic interests.